Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for July 12th through the 18th. And we have kind of a neutral week, a little bit. However, Chiron did go retrograde. Chiron is the wounded healer, and he will stay in that backward motion until December 15th. So I'm pulling cards for each sign, and I'm going to also explain what each sign needs to work on during this time. And what else? We are gearing up for a new moon in Cancer, the second new moon in Cancer on the 20th, so that's next week. But start getting your new moon wishes together, get them ready, because we have 3 days before, 3 days after. That energy is pulsating, so to speak. So that will start next weekend, or this coming weekend, I should say. So you want to have those new moon intentions and wishes all on the ready. Before I show you the crystal card of the week, I just want to thank everybody for purchasing items from my art market shop. And if you're not aware of the art that I sell, I do make astrological and other types of drawings and paintings. You can find it on Redbubble. All you have to do is go to my website, expressionsoftheuniverse.com, and you'll find a link for that in my shop. Or you can find me on Redbubble, Kimberly McGrath, McGrath. And I think I have a post in Linktree from Instagram, and of course Facebook as well. So thank you so much to all of you that are supporting me. I have more designs coming. Upcoming for astrology will be the Aquarius full moon and the Leo new moon. Maybe I'll do something. I think I will do something for the Cancer black moon next week. We'll see, because it is a special moon. It's a second moon in Cancer, so it's called a black moon. There will not be another one until March of 2023. And so therefore that energy will carry until the next black moon. All right, so moving on, the crystal card, before I get your cards for each sign for Chiron Retrograde, and this is so perfect. It is labradorite. And get that up in there for you. And I have two beautiful samples, and I'm going to read an excerpt from the book so that you get a really good idea. I think of labradorite as magic. So I don't know if you could see, maybe if I pull back this blind a little bit and let in some sunlight. No, it's not coming in good enough. But you could see the iridescence in it. And I did bring a flashlight so that I could maybe show you some of its iridescence. It's really, really gorgeous. It's so magical. You have to see one in person if you don't own one. And then I also have this labradorite heart. You can just about see the iridescence in that. Not quite. This one is much darker, but you can see a little bit. Oh, there we go, the rainbow. So what labradorite does, not only does it open up our third eye to help enhance psychic vision and our crown chakra, but it opens up the places that are blind to us or dark, something in the dark, and cut off. It sheds light on it so that we can deal with it. And that is kind of what we're going to be going through with this Chiron retrograde. So Chiron is in Aries, so that is all about the I am and the self. And so yeah, we're going deep within, and we're dealing with things that we don't want to look at within ourselves, which yes, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So the labradorite, I love this. The essential meaning is awakening to the magic within, mystery and synchronicity, help from unexpected sources. So it does bring a lot of what people call coincidences. I don't believe in coincidence, but it brings synchronicities together. It sheds the light in places that we need to work on during this time, and that's what we're doing. We're working on these issues. And it says, as we go about our healing work, bringing love and light into the dark corners of our hearts, our lives, we can forget that alongside reason and logic is the very practical tool of magic. And that's why I love this. You know, not everybody believes in magic. I do, because I mean, there's always so many miracles happening all of the time if you just open your eyes up to see it. And it says, Labradorite Spirit is here to tell you to believe in the mystery of how the conscious universe finds ways to support us in healing what is broken, for its ways are magical. You are being called to make a conscious choice to acknowledge the reality invisible to the senses that makes itself known through meaningful coincidences. Pay attention to synchronicities bearing messages from the conscious universe, which is eager to see you replace what you have lost and repair what has become frayed and broken. So I'm just going to leave it at that because I'll go into more detail. Now, Chiron, he's an interesting fellow. First of all, I need a drink. I've been talking so much the past few days. I did so many readings that I've lost my voice. He's starting out at 9 degrees Aries. So this would be the actions that we have taken that we maybe are now feeling guilty about. Things that we've done in the past when we didn't know better. And now we're taking a look at that and not really maybe liking ourselves so much for that, which is okay, because if you knew better, you would have done better. And we're always evolving and growing, and all you can do is try and be a better person each next day. So Chiron was this centaur in Greek mythology, and he was a healer, and he brought music and poetry and medicine and astronomical knowledge to all of the Greek gods, you know, the famous heroes. And unfortunately, he was hit by a stray poison arrow that wasn't meant for him. And ironically, he was unable to heal himself. So Zeus, also known as Jupiter, allowed him to pass into the underworld, and that is where he became known as Chiron, the wounded healer. So he could heal everybody but himself. And with him going down into the underworld, it's the things that lie under our surface that we're working on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you for each sign what you're working on, and then I'm going to pull a card. I've already pre-shuffled these cards. This is Wisdom of the Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed, which you can also get at a discount at expressionsoftheuniverse.com through Amazon. Yes, I'm plugging myself. And also I want to thank everybody that does shop through my Amazon account, because you will get discounts, special coupons that you may not get otherwise. And then I get a couple pennies here and there, but it's nice. All right, so I will need my glasses. All right, so Aries, we're going to start with Aries. You're looking for meaning in all areas of life, including your relationships. But instead of putting your energy into others, focus on yourself. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And the card that you have, it's chaos and conflict, Aries. This is for Aries sun signs, rising signs, and moons. Chaos and conflict, not that bad. It means things are turning up, turning around, swirling around, and they're changing. So look, you look at this image and it looks like a giraffe, but what is being unveiled is a zebra underneath. Interesting. So this exterior that you've been putting on is finally starting to break off because you're working on yourself, and that is what you need to be doing, Aries. Hopefully, this is not that bad of a card. Changes are coming. Transformations are happening. Taurus, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. And make sure you check your sun, your rising, your moon, because one might not resonate with you, but then the other may. All right, so Taurus, lately, you've been shutting yourself off from people and hiding your emotions away from those you care about. Rather than running away from your feelings, try owning, understanding, and embracing them. Then you'll be able to create understanding and a drama-free relationship, or drama-free relationships in general. And your card, love this, message in a bottle. This is saying that the angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, all those on the other side and here in the natural world are sending you messages. Pay attention. They are lighting up your way. They're guiding you. All you have to do is pay attention to those messages. Gemini, you give a lot to yourself, you give a lot of yourself to your crew without expecting anything in return. In fact, you tend to offer up too much love and support to friends who don't appreciate your kindness. So true. I'm a Gemini, sun sign. Cut off the pals who aren't loyal and surround yourself with those who value you. I've pretty much done that. So I'm good with that. But I'll take another look, Chiron's retrograde from July 11th until December 15th. So I will be looking into that. And for Gemini, Imagine comes up. So if you do have these non-reciprocal relationships, just imagine what life would be like without them and everything being easy and flowing. Imagine comes up because we're healing that inner part of ourself, for Gemini. It's giving too much of yourself. This is saying to me to dream big, dream bold, and the sky is the limit when the Imagine card comes up. I love that. All right, so Cancer, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. Life isn't a popularity contest, even though it can feel that way. Don't go changing your personality or appearance to fit in. It only makes you feel resentful and bitter. Try to accept yourself as you are, which is amazing. And I'm a Cancer rising. Oh. All right. Oh, I love this. Serendipity. So similar to message in a bottle, pay attention to those serendipities. You've got your labradorite. Carry this with you. Sleep with this under your pillow. Serendipities will begin to come to you. Also with serendipity, like I had this beautiful encounter today with a cardinal, and he's like cocking his head and looking at me like, are you gonna go get your camera? He was waiting forever, which was amazing, and I did post those pictures on my Instagram so you could see. Serendipity, though, when we heal and clear ourselves and we are living in our higher vibration, our highest joy, the synchronicities and the serendipities start to just line up one after the other. You have to be in a good place in order to get the messages from Spirit and recognize. Now, even me, experienced with this, asking for a sign from my mom last week, a sign shows up and I'm like, oh, is this my sign? I question it. And then a little while later, something else shows up and I'm like, oh, is this my sign? So even I am skeptical and unsure sometimes, and Spirit will continue to send you signs until you're finally like, oh, that's my sign. So, and if anybody ever has any questions about signs and synchronicity, serendipities, message me. We could talk about this. Because I feel like I'm an expert in that. I pay attention to everything, numbers, music, colors, birds, like everything. That's why I love animal totems. All right, Leo, there's nothing more frustrating than Kim continuing to talk. No, than a know-it-all. I have a Leo moon. There's nothing more frustrating than a know-it-all who doesn't actually know it all. Open yourself up to new philosophies and higher-minded activities. As long as you accept your place as a student and not a teacher during this time, you can learn a lot during this transit. Oh, and this is so perfect for that. It's the observer. And a lot of us are just sitting in an observer position. This is what I recommend for all of you during this crazy time that we're going through. The next 7 months are going to be a roller coaster ride. We're not out of the woods yet. The best thing to do is sit back in an observer position, and I love this because it's a little fox with his, oh God, what is that called? Not a telescope. Yeah, maybe, is it like a little telescope and he's looking at the moon? You're just sitting back and watching everything, watching people's behavior, watching, people watching traffic move, watching, I don't know if you heard that, but that sounded like a confirmation. Sitting back in that observer position, taking a neutral position. And that is the best thing we can do. I really want to talk about that because that segues into third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension mentality. You have ascended when you can see stuff on social media and it doesn't affect you. You take a neutral spot. If it does for a second and then you catch yourself without reacting, you're doing a great job. When you're reacting, when you're living in that 3D physical world, you have to try and raise your vibration. So sit in the observer position. Virgo, your psychic abilities are not 100% on point right now, which is making you download mixed messages. So disconnect for a hot minute and be at peace with yourself. Meditating will help you find understanding on a deeper spiritual level. And the card that comes up is why. You don't need to know the answer to everything when the why card comes up. I'm going to go back to Leo, and we got to sit in that observer position. Sometimes, and my mom had said to me, sometimes we don't always get the answer. We don't know the why. And do we even really need to know the why? We're getting down into the granularity of something that happened. Just try and live in the what it is. Thinking about Busta Rhymes, what it is. But that's really what it is. It is what it is, so sometimes we just don't even really need to know the why because it's pointless. I don't know. I just put a lot of importance on other things and I just say, oh, you know what? It is what it is. And I move on from there. Because no matter how much analysis, and this would be Virgoian energy, no matter how much analysis of a situation you do, you're still never going to see the total other side. Maybe it helps you understand things better, but really it's just probably it would drive you even more crazier having to know the why. So just chill out and just say it is what it is and move on. That's what you're doing. Okay, so Libra, your one-on-one relationships have been a little erratic over the past few months, to say the least. It's time to put a pin in the drama with your boo, your best friends, maybe family members. Making up is hard to do, but it's necessary during this time and much better than breaking up. So take a look at those relationships and see if you are willing to extend an olive branch and patch them up. Sometimes in the heat of anger and the words or the actions, we hold grudges. And so you just want to take a look at that. Now and this is perfect for Libra, you got To Be Fair. And it's a woman, she looks like the scales of Libra, to be honest. So this is the epitome of yourself. Try to be fair with your relationships, with the people around you. Are you being fair to them? You're not looking at, well, were they fair to me? Take the higher road, be the bigger person. Sometimes relationships are worth salvaging, and you have to bring balance into those relationships, your emotions, and how you feel about them. Scorpio, you've been giving a lot of energy to friends who've been down in the dumps. This can be draining. You need to rest, recharge your batteries. Instead of giving so much of yourself to others, take your power back. Give yourself all the me time that you need from now until December 15th. And Not For You is the card that comes up. And I love it because it's inside of a Chinese fortune cookie. And not for you. Now, Scorpios, there's sometimes that you will pursue things that are not for you. And you will pursue because you're persistent and you're a little stubborn maybe. But when you want something, you know exactly what it is that you want. But how many times does the universe or that higher power have to show you why that particular thing or person or situation is not for you? Try to put it in the perspective of, if it's not coming to you and it's difficult to try and obtain or attain, let it go, because sometimes the universe is protecting us. Well, all the time the universe is protecting us. If it's meant for you, it will flow easily to you. Maybe right now is not the time. Maybe it's meant for you further down the line, and that's okay. Just try to get into the flow, surrender that whatever is meant to you will come to you. Sagittarius, you've been focusing solely on the negatives, but now it's time to lighten up if you can. Watch a funny movie or have a socially distant happy hour with your squad. You'll feel much better. Ooh, that just gave me a great idea for one of my Sagittarius friends that this is exactly for. Oh, and this is great. This is perfect. It's the tribe. And the tribe, which in her updated deck is the community. The tribe talks about your tribe, your circle, your true friends, your true allies. And so that's what you're going to focus on. The people that really love you and care about you, Sagittarius. And you need to be with them. And I'm going to set up a socially distant Zoom cocktail hour for my friends. Maybe I'll even do it here for Expressions of the Universe. I think that would be really great. If you'd like that idea, let me know if you're still watching. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. I have so many fabulous Capricorns in my life. Family can lift you up, but can also bring heart-wrenching drama. Oh God, don't I know that? Have an honest conversation with your family about past situations that hurt your feelings. Well, I already know that that's not happening, Capricorn, but anyway, try to work on that for the next few months. They'll be open to hearing what you have to say and working through it. Okay. Let's see. Poised. Setting yourself up in a perfect position for when we emerge from this Chiron retrograde. So this could be a very important place for you to heal. I have been saying this to one particular Capricorn about, mending and communication with family members. And poised is when you do that healing work, that clearing, you're setting yourself up for prosperity and abundance. So I love that for the Caps. Aquarius, it's not that you don't speak the truth, you just don't like emotional conversations. Oh my gosh, I have so many Aquarians in my life. Some of my closest family members are all Aquarians, all around me, especially my love, my daughter. However, the moment has finally come for you to open up to your boo, your family, and your friends. Interesting. I'm going to have to tell her about this because she avoids emotional conversations at all costs. And so therefore, when she lived with me, I couldn't allow myself to be emotional because she just shuts it right down. But now that she's gone, I'm just like free flowing. Don't get stuck in the same old cycle. So you're working on Aquarians, sun signs, rising signs, moons. You're allowing those emotions to flow. You're allowing yourself to have emotional conversations with the people around you that you love and trust. Discuss your feelings and evolve your relationships or your situationship. Interesting. Higher power comes up for the Aquarians, and I love this. So call on the angels and say, okay, how do I deal with this, angels? If you're having a difficult time. This is you really tapping into that higher power. Even ask them to help you feel what other people are feeling, the people that are around you. This would give you a good idea and a good doorway to open up and have those difficult conversations. Pisces, it's time for you to get back in the water. Pisces, your confidence has been up and down, but the next 5 months will boost your self-esteem. Love that. Try reciting a daily affirmation to help you see how awesome you are, inside and out. And your card is, interesting, never-ending story. Pisces, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. Tell yourself a new story. Tell yourself, end that one story and move on to the next. It seems as though a lot of Pisces are on that merry-go-round and you just can't seem to get off because you keep bringing up that old thing over and over and over again. Just know, if you're doing that and you're living in the past, you're not moving forward. You're not bringing yourself the things that you want. So, that's almost all that I have for you. I hope you really liked this video. And if you did, please subscribe to my channel. Give me some thumbs up. Comment me. I will respond back to you. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, expressionsoftheuniverse.com. Don't forget, Chiron is retrograde from 9 degrees all the way back to 4 degrees. So we're working on taking responsibility for our actions. Then we're going to be looking at the decisions that we make. So a lot of us will be going through a period of time where we feel horrible about some of the past decisions we've made. Gosh, we've all done that. But we do better when we know better. Then we'll be questioning our psychic abilities, so to speak, our gut instincts, our intuition. And like, why didn't I sense that that person was wrong? Why didn't I sense that this wouldn't work out? So we'll go through that. Then we're going to look at who we close our hearts off to, what we're open to. We're going to go through a period of our thoughts, just our thoughts in general, like the monkey mind, the craziness, and also it's really, all of this is based on how we feel about ourselves. It's our self-esteem. And then the 4 degrees, that will be where we experience freedom, independence, our autonomy, I can't say it, anonymity, autonomy. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I can't get it out of my mouth. It's also about our integrity with ourselves, so we're looking at that. And it's also, we're taking a look at how kind we are to ourselves and to others. And then we move all the way back, and we go back through that again, those same numbers as it moves back. And then when it goes forward, we got to do it again. That's about it. The rest of the week, I feel that the first couple of days are going to be pretty chill, and we will be needing a lot of rest during this time. Towards the end of the week, we have some opposing forces, and it's going to get a little sticky for the next couple of weeks. We're coming into some intense polarity. Nothing more than we've already been dealing with. Just know that this whole rest of the year is that roller coaster. We're going to have up weeks and we're going to have down weeks. And we need to do that in order to fix, heal, correct all this crap that's going on in the world and come into a better consciousness. So with that being said, I hope you all have a really great week. And stay tuned. Be sure to check out my artwork. And yeah, I guess that's it. I love you all. Have a great week. Bye. And it won't shut off. It won't shut off.